So just a couple of questions. I mean, listening to the record and talking about the record, it seems maybe, was some of it kind of born out of lockdown and the kind of mindset around that time that you were experiencing? Does that sound right?
Yeah, I would say some of it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how did that impact on the finished product, do you think?
Oh, gosh.
In
stared at it. No, so we did some songs in our lockdown period when we did our Von Trapped thing, and that helped me to. We did songs with me and my daughter Romany singing on them and playing harp, and that was a fantastic experience. And I was reminded of how good family voices can sound together. You've heard of the Everly Brothers,
I have.
the Beach Boys,
Yeah.
Brothers and Relatives, all that stuff. Anyway, and of course, we also couldn't get Louise down. Sorry, Lou, because we weren't allowed to. We were locked down.
Yeah.
So Romany had to do most of it, and it worked out really, really well. We've continued with that.
Yeah. Romany's vocals on that track are it's kind of one of the highlights of the record. Can you tell me a bit about how that recording went?
Well, it's a song that Polly and I know very, very well. We've listened to it. Romany's probably heard it a few times in her life. And we were listening to it one day, and Polly said, "You should do this one." And so I did put down a little backing track and realised that there's no way that I could sing those words. They're brilliant words, but they're just not quite me. So Polly said, "Get the daughter in. Summon her over here." She said, the daughter said, "I've got a train to catch, I've got an essay to write." No. And I said, just one take. Here's the paper. So she said, "Okay." And she sang one take, and that is 90% of the vocal that's on that track.
That one take is nearly the whole thing.
So she's quite clever, really.
Tell me a bit about coming across Charlie Andrew, obviously an amazing producer. How did you bring him on board?
Well, I had a lot of time thinking about producers, and all the ones that I could think of that I knew of, just didn't suit my way of thinking at that time. And my super reliable wife went straight off into the internet to hunt down more modern, younger possibilities. And she came across Charlie Andrew, who was had been producing. Well, he got a Mercury Award for the first album he did with Old J. We listened to that, and Marika Hackman. Polly played all this stuff to me, and I said, "Let's give him a try." We just spoke to him a minute ago. He's fishing on a river in Scotland.
Nice.
Make it tonight. That's loyalty. And also, lovely Matt Glasby there, the engineer, did the whole album, put it all together in an absolutely baffling way, way beyond my comprehension.
And how different were these sessions then? Because obviously different type of producer, the previous records. How did it differ this time, do you think?
They were great.
They were just great.
They were just great. Yeah. Charlie drove us, whipped us into place, whipped everyone. He had no respect. The greatest drummer in the world, Steve Gadd, no respect for me, the old hag, and just kept saying, one more take, do this, do that, which we obediently did, and we used probably about 8 different studios to do all the different parts. It all came together in a way that is so coherent as a piece. It's not a piece, it's not anything ludicrous like a concept album. But it's a piece that has an integrity and it's, yeah.
Tell me, just quickly, a bit about Rick Wright's input on this?
Okay, well, when we finished the tour of On an Island back in 2006, I reconvened the core elements of my touring band in January 2007 in a barn at our house, stupidly forgetting that it was the middle of winter. It was fucking freezing and it was snowing outside. We had all these huge heaters that we brought in. Just anyway, the first morning, the Monday morning, everyone's sitting there getting used to their gear and stuff, and I started playing this little riff thing that I had. Everyone joined in. We played it for about 15 minutes, and that is the track. No rehearsal, no retakes. I mean, there are new bits added to it, the choruses and the bridges, which we did afterwards using the same drum. But the actual track as it stands hasn't changed.
Nice. Quickly, how's the prep for the tour going? It's going.
It's going. I actually yesterday tried to play through a whole show on my own with a pile of guitar gear in a barn, and I nearly got through it. And the only thing that came out of that was that I felt pretty okay about it all, and confident, and that I thought, yeah, we can do this. So that was good. That was a boost.
And just finally, we've spoken a bit about this record, but it feels like this is a record that you're especially proud of.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, not to make comparisons or anything, but it gives me a thrill listening to this album every time, which is a lot. We still listen to it on most car journeys. It's got a brilliant car sound system, by the way. It does sound good there. But we listen to it all the time, not fed up with it, still want to hear it again, about to.
I think we should listen to it. Ladies and gentlemen, David Gilmour.
Thank you.